There's a whole lot of information of many, many years saved on that little card. All kinds of files. I save it to a card, and that way I've got it. I clear out my units. Now, if you guys were wanting to see all my secret spots, they're all cleared out. So here's a little tip I do after each event. So I go to a particular body of water, whether it be a day, a week, whatever, for a tournament. I go there and I fish for the week, and I compile hopefully a whole bunch of waypoints. But I don't want to get rid of those waypoints, because sometime I might come back to that lake, and those might actually help me in a particular fishing trip or a tournament or whatever. It's good to have those past waypoints for, they're good starting points. So let's save it to a card. We've just finished at a particular body of water, and it's time to save our waypoints. And I strongly urge people to do this, whether you're a local angler and you only fish a handful of lakes, or if you fish around the country like I do. It's really good to save, after each fishing trip, save your waypoints and start over. That way your graphs don't get overloaded with waypoints and too much information. Plus, you don't ever want to lose anything. And what I find really helpful is, every time I save a card, like I might save Lake X, January or February of 20. And then I go back a year later, I can load that back in there, and then I can add to it. I can go back to Lake X in March of 2021 and keep building off of that. So it allows you to continually build and build a better file of that particular body of water. You can save it by months too. I mean, if you want to have a particular springtime file on a lake, you can have Lake X springtime, Lake X summertime, Lake X whatever. So by saving it each time is really important. What we're going to do now is put our little micro card in there, and you just push it, and it's going to pull up this screen here where it says memory card 1, which that's what we've got. Manage user data. That's what we're going to do. We're going to manage our data. File type, we're at GPX file or ADM file. I prefer the GPX file. So we're going to go to save to card, because we're saving what's in the unit and we're putting it to a card. So save to a card, and you can see these are all files that I've got. All kinds of files. These are over many, many years. We're going to start a new file, which is this plus button up here. Green little ad, we're going to type Sturgeon Bay. And we were there July 20. And then we're going to push done. So it's saving the data. Boom. It's all transferred, done. It's already transferred. It's amazing how much faster this stuff's gotten from many years ago. We can go back. We're going to just check and make sure it's saved on here. So here you have it. Sturgeon Bay, 7 of 20. So we've saved our waypoints of this particular lake to a file, to a card. So we know it's on the card. I've got it saved to 2 cards now. So that way I've got them in there. They're never going to be lost. I'll always have them. I can load them back up when I come back to this particular body of water. But I'm done with this body of water for a while. So let's clean it off and get ready for the next event. So that way, when I go to the next body of water, we're starting over at 0. Now, if I was going to a particular body of water where, let's say I fished it 2 years ago, I could go and find whatever particular lake I was at 2 or 3 years ago if I wanted to load those in there, so I have a starting point at least. But if not, I'm going to a new body of water with a clean slate. I don't have a bunch of waypoints potentially slowing my unit down. That's what people tend to do a lot of times, is they get years and years of information in here, and as great as these units are, they can still only hold so much information before it starts to slow them down. So that's why I like to clear them off. So let's get them cleared off. We're going to go to Nav Info, Manage Data. Manage Data is right here, and it says Clear User Data. That's what you want to do. We're going to clear the data. We could go in here and you could do just 1 or 2 things, but we're going to clear all. So it's going to clean the unit out of all my waypoints and tracks and all that. So we're going to do all, and it double checks. Delete, yes, this is what I want to do, so okay. Clearing the data, user data cleared. So watch, we'll go back. All that's cleared off. And if we zoom out now if you guys were wanting to see all my secret spots at Sturgeon Bay, they're all cleared out. So now that I've got all my lake information to this teeny tiny little card here. I actually put it on 2 of them, so I want to make sure I have 2 of everything. But you know, now you can go put this in your computer, you can save it to your computer. There's a whole lot of information of many, many years saved on that little card, so that's kind of amazing, that technology. But that's what I do after each event. I save it to a card, and that way I've got it. I clear out my units, and now we're ready for the next event. Like I said, be creative with it, do it however you prefer. You can save it month to month, season to season, year to year, however. I prefer to do it just from each event. And remember, those waypoints are good starting points. Don't get dialed into where you just run from waypoint to waypoint, because sometimes that can come back to bite you. But I love to have that because it can save some special spots. It could save some little rock pile or brush pile or something that could be very difficult and time consuming. So it's going to make you more efficient when you go back to that body of water. So be sure to save them on a file, and then you've got them forever.